I can still see my mascara on. I gotta get that off. So it's almost time for bed. It's Sunday, the week before Thanksgiving weekend. We had Thanksgiving today because my sister and brother-in-law will be out of town for Thanksgiving. I decided to come home early as I'm tired, but I suspect they'll be home soon. As the kids have school tomorrow. They only have school Monday, Tuesday. Anyway, I just had to rant about something. This happens to me all the time. So I joined TikTok, and then not too long ago, I got asked by somebody on TikTok if I wanted to join a spina bifida group, and they have a Facebook page and a group chat. I joined the group chat, and that was a mistake. There's so many people, and you get so many messages, like a minute, that I opted out of it, because even when you pause it, once you come back in, there's this influx of messages that you haven't seen. You go back and you have to read through them to know what they're talking about. They're all... Okay, so it's several days later. I just remembered that I hadn't finished my thought. So, yeah, I joined that group. I stayed in the Facebook group, but I opted out of the chat. I'm still friends with a lot of the people on TikTok as well. And then I noticed an influx of people friend requesting me from two different people. The lady from TikTok that asked me to join, or at least I don't know if it's the same lady or just one of the people in the group. And then another lady that I was already friends with for quite some time from one of the Facebook groups that I was already in, people with spina bifida. So I had an influx of friend requests from both of those people. So I think I added the woman that I was already friends with on Facebook. No, not friends with her. I just knew her from the Facebook group, and then I ended up adding her as a friend recently, and then the friend requests from people from her friends list started coming in. And I've had a couple of the gentlemen from both of those lists message me. A couple of the conversations fizzled out because I showed no interest in a relationship with them. That's literally the only reason that they chatted me up. As soon as I said I'm not interested, I don't really hear from them very often. There's one that will say hi, and I'll say hi, and then nothing else. And that's like every couple of weeks. But then I get a message. This really annoys me. This happens all the time when guys just hit me up online. Even though in a lot of, I know in my Instagram at least, I say that I'm not interested in guys hitting me up. Creepy dudes of the internet. I do not want to be friends. And I don't care about Bitcoin. I don't think I put that in my Facebook profile thingy. But this happened recently, and it's happened before. Somebody started talking to me, and I wasn't sure if it was a guy because the profile picture shows a group of people. The person closest to the camera is a woman, and the name, it could be a male or a female name. So I wasn't sure. But then we're talking, and I can't remember if it was a 2-day conversation or just one. But it was just the same conversation continued. And he got to asking me if I'm single. I'm like, oh, here it goes. I said, yes, I am. I should have said happily so, which I usually do, and I did not. So it gets into its own little line of questioning. Those are my PJs. Let me get that out of there. There's still nothing. I know where the line of questioning is going after that. And then he tried to give me his cell phone number. I'm not going to give a total stranger that I've just started talking to my cell phone number. So I politely declined. I said I prefer not to, if that's okay. I prefer to chat on here. And he seemed okay with that. But then he said we could chat and get to know each other a little better and maybe go out at some point. And then at that point I went to his profile. Found that, well, he sent me a picture at the same time of himself. Appropriate one, not an inappropriate one, thank God. So it was a guy. Then I went to his profile. He lives in California. I live in Ohio. So, I've had a conversation with a guy before from a dating site, who lived in Illinois, who also had spina bifida. And I told him that I was not willing to travel for a relationship. Because one thing, it's very difficult for me And he called me all kinds of names for that. Like, I wasn't trying hard enough. I was selfish, blah, blah, blah. So I ended that conversation real quick. Anyway, this guy, he lives in California. I live in Ohio, and I'm not interested to begin with. But I was just curious. And I said, no, I'd really rather not. And then he proceeds to say, okay, that's fine. And there's a pause. And then he says, I think you're cute. I'm like, thank you. He had already sent me his picture, and he goes, what do you think of me? I have not answered since, because I'm not feeding into that. I'm not gonna do it. So he hasn't responded to me either. So just left him on red, because I'm not doing that. I'm not playing that game. I'm tired of it. I say I'm not interested, I'm not interested. But that annoys me. That's annoying to me. Not only that, the night that I started this video, I had walked home. I went next door to my parents' house to eat for Thanksgiving. There was something poking me, like something sharp, in the hem of my pants. It's driving me crazy. Anyway, so I couldn't walk home by myself. I was tired and I wanted to leave, and I knew they wouldn't be home for like another hour at least. So I got some leftover food, and I walked over with my walker, and I get in the door. I got my front wheels of my walker up into the house, and one of them breaks off. So I called, and my brother-in-law came over, and we looked around, and he retraced my steps, and we couldn't find the little pin or a bolt or whatever it is. So he helped me into the house, and he got a screw or something, and he put it through the slot and like bent it on the outside so it won't come out. And in the meantime, I've ordered a new one from Amazon. It'll be here tomorrow, along with a few other things, some Christmassy things. So that happened. At least no children were injured. Like 2019, right in the evening, my sister and my mother, both of my sisters and my mother were going. They were about to go Black Friday shopping or whatever, and my nephew starts screaming bloody murder as he stepped on a nail. Not on the pointy end of the nail. He stepped on the flat end of the nail and it went into his foot. So they went to the 30-minute away ER, which then proceeded to send him downtown to Children's, who removed it. Apparently, with the medicine that made him loopy, he was very flirty with the nurses. Of course that happened. So, of course something had to happen this year. Last year, my brother-in-law had COVID for Thanksgiving. I wonder what will happen next year. He's the only one in our entire family who's gotten COVID. And then in April, me and my dad got our shots. We got Moderna, so it was 2 shots. And we got them at the same time, both of them at the same time. At the fairgrounds. We like drove through one of the fairgrounds barns, and they had like this whole like station set up. They come like around to your car window and give you the shot. And then later my mom did. And finally my sister, well, I think my younger sister probably did before any of us because of her job. I think it was a requirement. And then my other sister works with hospital stuff, but she's not a medical professional. She's not working with patients, but they kind of insisted that she do it. So she eventually got it, and then we finally got my brother-in-law, the only adult in my family who's had COVID. Finally, after everybody else, got him to get it. You would think he would have been the first person. So, all the adults have been vaccinated, and it's about that time of year to get the booster, I think, at least for me and Dad. I think this thing said November, December, something like that. So, yeah. I just want to rant about that because it's really freaking annoying and it drives me insane. Like, it's kind of entertaining at first, though. Like, if it's somebody I don't know, just some rando, it's kind of entertaining at first. And then it just gets creepy and I have to shut it down. But it's because I'll tell them right away I'm not interested, and they just keep going, and I'm like, dude, Like, I can sit there and figure out how many different ways can I say no to this before they take the hint. It's usually quite a while with some people. And then there's the people who have spina bifida who are in groups that I'm in that start messaging me, and I think, oh, this is nice. I wanted to chat about spina bifida, be friends, whatever. And then they try to ask me out, and I'm like, no, thank you. I'm not really interested. I'm happy being single. I'm perfectly fine that way. I don't need to be in a relationship. I don't want to have children. I have 6 nieces and nephews who I'm very close with, who I either live with or next to. I'm good. So, it's just annoying. No means no. No does not mean keep asking me till you wear me down. It means I'm not interested. I don't have to be in a relationship. I hate that whole stigma that you must be in a relationship with somebody. You must have children. You must get married. No, I don't have to. And actually, if I did, I would lose my medical benefits. So there's a problem. Like, if I legally on paper got married, yeah, I'd lose most or all of my benefits. I'm not okay with that. Apparently, according to the church, that's greed. It's the only time one of only 2 times that I've almost walked out of a sermon. Even though I loved our pastor, Kevin. He was amazing. There's 2 times I absolutely disagreed with his sermon. And it was about gay people. And where he talked about people like me who, if they get married, could lose their benefits, so they end up living in sin. And that's greed and all the other things. I should have got up and walked out. I don't know if anybody would have realized why I was doing it, but I should have. And I really wanted to go up to him and talk to him about it, but I chickened out. And then he retired not long after that, because he had been with the church for 30 some odd years. So, the first time we met him, he was the pastor, came to visit my grandpa when he was sick and in hospice. He opted to stay at home though, but he would come to the house and visit. The church is like 5 seconds away from here, and he was great with the family, with my grandpa. I'm gonna get emotional if I keep talking about it. I don't know how I got to that. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I remember. How did I get to that point of the conversation? I don't know. So yeah, that's annoying. And I hate it. Especially when I think, oh, it's somebody else's spina bifida. Cool, they want to be friends and chat and talk about spina bifida, compare stories and whatnot. Nope, they want to hit on me. I don't know what they think sending me their picture is going to change anything. Because 9 times out of 10, I'm not attracted to them either. Not that that's a bad thing, it's just not my preference, usually. I love when they try to send me their pic and like the last stitch effort to get me to cave. No, no, it's not gonna happen. I'm not interested. If you want to be friends with me, sure, but I do not want a relationship, a romantic relationship. I'm perfectly happy not doing that. So, okay, happy Thanksgiving.